So today we're going to touch on the detail of 4 of the big changes being set out in the Employment Rights Bill. There are 28 changes, as I mentioned the other day, but these are the 4 major ones. So we have flexible working, 0 hours contracts, family right changes, and also unfair dismissal. In terms of unfair dismissal, this will become a day 1 right. Now there's going to be a bit of a light touch regime, so that for probably the first 9 months that an employee is employed, you can still remove them for things like incompetence, lack of skill, etc. And we don't know what this light touch regime is going to be. It's maybe just a meeting to discuss. We don't know the detail yet. I said 9 months, we also don't know that, but that's just the kind of noises that are coming out of government just now. Currently, unfair dismissal doesn't apply until 2 years in, so an employer can get rid of an employee up to 2 years without there being any ramifications from an unfair dismissal perspective. So that's coming right down to probably around 9 months. That's the first one, that's a major one. Secondly, 0 hours contracts. Now, the Labour manifesto set out earlier in the year basically saying they were going to ban all 0 hours contracts. They've not gone that far, it's not been that significant, but they're essentially requiring employers to routinely guarantee a set number of hours, and that's probably going to be every 12 weeks. Employees don't have to accept this. Now, employees don't always want set hours guaranteed, but those will be the requirements of employers every single 12 weeks or whatever the period is to reconfirm that. Family rights, so maternity and paternity leave will become a day 1 right, so you don't need to be working with the company for any particular period of time. It should encourage people to switch more, even if they are expecting or their partner is, or planning to start a family. And then the last one is flexible working. There's quite a significant change now in that if an employee is asking for flexible working and they're making a request, the employer can now only refuse that if they have reasonable grounds for doing so. The grounds that they can rely on are the same. There's 8 grounds and those remain the same. And the fines for not complying remain the same. But this whole requirement to act with reasonableness is actually quite a shift. If you have any questions on how this might impact your organisation and some of the things you'll need to take into account, drop me a message or comment below this video and we can have a chat.